Hello everybody, Luis with Let's Do This. Just gonna make a quick video to recap my trades from yesterday. Actually, I didn't get a chance to record the video last night. Right now we are in pre-market hours on what day is today? I don't even know what day is today. March 8th. So these are trades for March 7th that I took yesterday. Let me bring up my chart. Let's see. This is 3637. There we go. All right. So 10:03:39 and then 10:10. I bought two SPY calls for the 404 calls, and then I added two more at 10:10. So at 10 a.m. we had Mr. Powell speaking, and then wholesale numbers came out, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and we had this huge drop. Um, so this is the initial candle. Let me switch to 1 minute. So 10:03, this is the first reaction. I waited. There's another one here. A little bit of a drop, 10:02. More of a drop. I had these levels already drawn um, pretty much from the hourly chart. And where's my hourly? And as you can see here, as it dropped, I started drawing, looking at the hourly chart and just drawing the next levels that were coming up. So 10:03, I got on this candle because at this point I'm thinking, okay, it's obviously very, very extended, right? We're looking for a bounce. Um, the RSI, as you can see, is very low. The squeeze was just beginning, so this was something that I should have looked at, but I didn't. Now after the fact, obviously, it's an indication that negative momentum was just in the early stages, and look at all this compression here anyways. But in either case, I felt that a bounce was due, so I entered here as it was nearing this level. I figure it might crack a little bit lower, come back to bounce, and I was also looking at the 5-minute chart at the same time. So got through this candle here, still red, sort of a little bit of a bounce, but nope, came back, retested. Then that level held, right? Nice green candle here. Not strong enough. Obviously, rejection of the 5 EMA there, and continuation lower. Then as it continue, 10:10, let's see, right here. Right here, it's obviously, I mean, if this looked extended to me, then this is way even more extended, right? From basically VWAP and all of the EMAs. So at 10:10, I decided that, okay, and that was the beginning of a 5-minute candle as well. And a lot of times, that would be this candle here. A lot of times when you see, especially having this big red candle, kind of a smaller one here, sometimes you see a pretty decent bounce, right? Um, and that's what I was looking for. So as soon as the candle started, I jumped in, added two more, and at that point, let's see, my fills, I got two at 96 cents, and then I added two more at 65. That brought my average to 80, 80, 80, like 805 basically, or let's just say 80.5, if you will. So 80 cents, and the bounce wasn't really sort of happening, but it was starting to build higher lows here, drew this trend line. All right, we got this bounce here to VWAP at this point. Actually, On this bounce, I was up maybe 3 cents at the most. Um, just wasn't really pushing through. I was at this point here, I was hoping for an extra push through VWAP, because I was thinking, okay, it might get rejected after this huge drop, and sure enough, it got rejected. But a lot of times, you see sort of a maybe a bull trap and kind of a fake breakout, and breaks above VWAP, has a little extra push, and then it just rejects really hard. In this case, it didn't happen. It just rejected right off of VWAP, basically. Came back down again, still in the red, but holding the higher lows. Now we're getting here, and we got this nice push this time, went through VWAP. And another thing that I was looking at was at the 15-minute time frame. And let me just bring down my 15-minute chart here. And the one thing that after the whole trade was finished and I kind of looking back, I entered a little early on this candle, when the 15 minutes is this much extended off of the EMA. I just seen it happen time and time again where it just comes back to it and it rejects. So um, I should have waited for closer to this 15-minute candle to finish, for that kind of flush. But hey, that didn't happen. So I got in, and by the time I got in with the ads, it was already somewhere down here. So I knew that okay, I'm technically in a good place. I was still a little bit red, even after my ads, but not so much. So I was looking for this move, and on this candle here, this 15-minute candle, which translates to these three candles here. This is when I got out, basically as it was reaching the EMA here. So let's see. 1033. I actually put out an order at 1033, and it didn't get filled. So I canceled it, and then at 1035, it was coming up again, and that would be, let's see, yep, this candle here. So I ripped through VWAP, and as it was getting here, that's testing this the previous high, and just a little bit over a push that brought it over the contracts in the 90s. So I just went ahead and hit it, got filled at 89. So yeah, a few minutes later, topped out, and then obviously it just flushed back down again, and the rest is history. So as you can see. So a little bit of a nerve-wracking trade, but I was confident. I had the confidence and conviction that it was going to bounce. Obviously, I didn't know what was going to happen. It could have continued flushing. But in terms of what I've seen in the past, and again, one of the things that I sort of, one of the setups that I told myself I was going to focus on was this type of extensions, because I feel that if I gotten, for instance, if I waited and gotten here, right, and even, I added, but I felt that, all right, it might drop a little bit lower from my entry, but it's starting to curve and have that consolidation. So, and thankfully I got it. I got at a good point, and hey, shut it down. Went back to work because I was very busy again. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Thank you.